What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Except for herpes. That shit'll stick with you.
And welcome back to another episode of Crips and Corks. I'm your host DJ, and I'm hung. And I don't mean physically, I mean over. Along with my co-host,
Paul, the hickory dickory dock that made the mouse run up the clock. As usual.
How are you, Paul?
Girl, we're hungover. This
Yeah.
is the Crips and Corks hungover special.
When I made
girl.
the joke about being hung, not physically but over, I meant it. That was not a joke.
Yes, we had a very long, very fun night last night. We started out at the Manor. Movie night, we saw some vampire lesbians. Amazing.
Full bush.
Full
you
bush,
knew it was
yeah.
the 70s. Full bush.
Yeah, it was amazing. Loved being there. Always a good time. And then we went to Lucky's after, which so much fun
Yes.
as usual. The dancing, the men, all of it. I did. Well, we're in last night's clothes. Well, I'm in last night's clothes. You're
I
not.
had the decency to change into pajamas.
Pajamas, yeah. No, and we just decided to make this the Hangover special. And luckily, I don't have my usual hangover headache, which is the worst part of a
Fuck
hangover
you.
for me. The hangover headache is the worst part of a hangover.
Yes, and I have one of the worst hangover headaches. It's the one where it's just dull.
Yes, oh my god.
Where it's not that you can't do anything, but it makes doing anything miserable.
Yes, exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
you can still function. It's just really miserable to do so.
Right, right.
Or maybe I'm just a psychopath who has a crazy high pain tolerance. I don't know.
I don't think that's it, because
Okay.
the hangover headache literally ruins my life.
Yeah.
And also, I hate, like, when your stomach just feels so full and there's nothing you can do about it. And, I mean...
I don't feel full. I feel bloated.
Yeah.
And I can't tell if it's from the hot dog I ate, from the Papa John's I ate, or from the Taco Bell I ate. And before anyone in the comments calls me a big back, it's Paul's fault.
It is my fault, because I didn't think the Taco Bell was going to come after the club, and I needed sustenance, okay? And I didn't think the Taco Bell was going to come, so I went on my other food delivery app, and I ordered Papa John's, and I said one of them's probably going to get canceled, and then neither of them got canceled.
This bitch, I'm laying on his sofa. He has the audacity to climb off of his sofa. And when I say climb, I mean he went paws first off the sofa, curls up on the floor, hands me his phone and goes, I have DoorDash and Grubhub open. I need you to monitor both deliveries. I'm going to take a nap.
Yeah, it was actually Uber Eats. I don't fuck with Grubhub, so let's get that straight in the
didn't pay
comments. We're not doing Grubhub on
didn't pay attention to what it was.
cripsandquarks.org. Grubhub is for the weakest of the weak. It's for the lowly Americans who aren't with the times, if you will.
Yeah, but I'm a great multitasker because I kept tabs on both of those deliveries, Grindr, Tinder, and Hinge all at the same time.
Wow, you're like a modern day food and dick magician, juggler, whatever you
I'm
want to call
a
it.
single mom who works too hard, who loves her kids and never stops.
And you know what? That food did get here, and you made sure that food got inside.
Well,
And
the Taco Bell, yes. Once that came, I was like, fuck this. The Papa John's is your responsibility.
yeah, but we did get it. The moral of the story is we did get it inside. And yeah, I woke up today and my stomach feels like shit as well. And things are not going well. But if anything, we are showgirls. If we learned anything from Miss Taylor Allison Swift, it's the show must go on, rain or shine,
Yes.
okay? And my ass is currently raining, so...
I hate slush butt.
Yeah, and honestly, kind of the last thing I want to do right now is drink. But again, that's showbiz, baby. That's the life of the showgirl, and we're doing it for
hang
you. So let's just get into the alcohol and get it over with.
Thank fucking Christ.
Now, thankfully, this one isn't too. Oh, never mind. It's 18%. I'll see myself out. But this one is Berry Wild Sangria, and it has a nice picture of two bears on it, and it's from
Bears. I
the.
wonder if one of them's my ex-boyfriend.
Maybe it's from Deer Creek.
Oh, those kinds of bears.
It's from Deer Creek Winery, which is a local Pennsylvania winery.
Yeah, it's really
and,
good.
Yeah, I imagine this is going to be really amazing and really fruity.
Us.
So let's get her open. She's slowly doing it. She's slowly coming up.
She stopped.
Okay, we're gonna do it a little manual, but that's okay. We're getting it, I think. Ooh, I got it.
Oh my gosh, I
Period.
can't believe you got it.
Neither can I, bitch. Okay.
ASMR pour one.
That's the first ASMR pour we've done in a while.
I know, we've been doing cocktails. ASMR pour number 2. You're safe. Feel your stress flowing from you like wine from the bottle.
Period.
Oh my god. She's sweet.
She's very sweet. Ooh. Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
That's sweet.
That's sweet and strong. Definitely could use some ice cubes.
Yeah.
Should I go get that?
No.
Okay.
I just want to get this over with.
Oh. That's good though. It's
Yeah.
kind of giving Buzzballer 4 Loco in a good way. I'm gonna give that 4.5 grapes. Amazing. Not quite a home run, but I know that's gonna get me there. Tastes really good, but you know it's strong. And I see, one thing about me is when a drink's strong, I like to taste how strong it is. Okay. I like to taste the strength of my drink. I don't like a drink where you can't taste the alcohol. I like that little bite that the alcohol has.
This is a great one if you're a middle-aged white woman in a unhappy marriage with 2 ungrateful kids and you're looking to down a bottle of wine and pick a fight with your husband and your kids. So I'm going to also give it 4.5 grapes.
Period. And it was nice for you to describe that and give a look into your future.
I know.
I'm looking forward to seeing that for you.
I know, because that's the other thing that happened last night was I said I didn't want to get divorced and then you freaked out on me.
No, you said that you would drag the divorce out. And that's why the lecture came.
It was a lecture.
Yeah, it was a lecture.
Which I love you for being concerned with me being a bad person even when you're almost blackout drunk. I really appreciate it.
Anytime. There's something about me when I'm drunk. If I see a moral dilemma, I'm gonna go in. Even
Trust and believe. Paul has criticized me. Paul has criticized me for being a conformist in the area of politics. He has criticized me for saying I would do surrogacy and adopt, and like that wasn't good enough for him.
Yeah, comment your thoughts about that down below.
One time he called me a radical Christian because I said, "Yeah, I believe in Jesus."
That does sound like me.
Paul's
That is something
like,
I
this is why I hate Christians. And what's really funny is I laid on Paul's kitchen floor, staring up his ceiling, and he's standing over me yelling, and he's like, "I hate how they use like the Bible to criticize the gays. They don't even mention the gays." And I was like, "I agree with you," and like, that's not the type of Christianity I prescribe to. And he's like, "It's all Christianity."
Yeah, you have to picture that, me slurring my words, like
He's slurring. His lazy eye is like going wild, like it's the teacups at Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
He's foaming at the mouth.
Yeah.
He's got a Papa John stain on his top.
Yeah, and I think that runs in my family.
Oh, okay.
So we'll move on, and I can tell you a story if you are down for it.
After this episode, I need it tied in the back of my chair. It's wobbly.
Mood. Well, DJ, let's dive right in. Okay. Glugelsdorp. I can't believe we've come to this inferior planet looking for your brother. It was his dumbass who got stranded on this mammalian planet. Bring up! You know I would have left his ass on this ugly planet with the mammalian race if he didn't keep calling me. E.T. phone home! E.T. phone home! It's like a broken, how do the humans say, record. Well, Glugelsdorp, according to our system, he's thousands of human miles away. You just had to drink that whole dump drink before we left, and now you gotta use the little alien's room. This place smells like urination and what the mammalians call maple syrup. Oh shit. Bing up! There's a mammalian right there headed towards us! Do something! Oh shit! He's looking in! Blast off! Blast off! Blast off! No! You burnt the mammalian! Mission Control isn't going to love the damage control we will have to do on this one. Today, we are talking about the Falcon Lake UFO incident. The incident some claim to be the most believable UFO story to date.
I already have so many things I want to say.
Okay, go ahead. I'm ready.
First of all, I love how both of your aliens sounded the same but different.
Thank
Like,
you.
I don't know how to describe other than they sounded the same but different.
Yeah. It took a lot of voice training, training my throat, if you will.
Also, I love the E.T. reference.
Thank you. I saw Drew Barrymore at some point this week on TikTok, and I was like, oh, E.T.
Yes.
I'm doing aliens. That's fun.
And you know what? E.T. was a drag icon.
E.T. was a drag icon. They had E.T.
Also,
cross-dressing. Even...
I am so proud of you that you knew the word mammalian.
I only know that word because of the last podcast on the left.
And you kept saying it, and it was killing me.
Thank you. She knows a few vocabulary words.
Yeah, yesterday it was the Strait of Gibraltar. Today it's mammalian.
Yeah, we're learning so much on the podcast and just in life in general. And I'd like to thank myself for that, for having a thirst for knowledge. Good for me. Now, do you know anything about the Falcon Lake UFO incident?
Were falcons involved?
No.
Was a lake involved?
I don't know. I don't even think he was even that close to a lake.
Was a UFO? Was a UFO involved?
Yes, there was a UFO involved.
I know it involves a UFO.
Yes, period. Well, let me tell you about it. On May 20th, 1967, in Winnipeg, Canada, 51-year-old Stephen Michalak, an amateur geologist, set out near Falcon Lake in search of silver in quartz.
He was a rock guy.
Yeah, that was his usual mineral spot. So he would go out there and chip away and look for quartz and
He was getting
things.
his rocks off.
Exactly, he was getting his rocks off.
I wish somebody would get my rocks off.
Same. Stephen was near a vein of quartz at the Precambrian Shield when a flock of geese Hangover.
I was about to say a flack.
Yeah, a flock. When a flock of geese startled him, when they all started honking, seemingly startled by something.
And he yelled, "Look at all those chickens."
Exactly. He was a big fan of Vine back in 1967, a good 40 years before it was invented, probably.
Details.
Okay. Then Stephen looked up and saw two reddish glowing cigar-shaped objects flying about 45 meters or about 147 feet away from him.
I don't know if I can see that far.
It's not that far. 147 feet? That's not bad.
Paul, if I stand on a football field, I can't even see the 20-yard line from the end zone.
That's true. I always, for some reason, forget you have bad eyesight. Your glasses always seem like more of an accessory than a necessity.
Thank you. That was always my goal with glasses. But no, I am legally blind in my left eye without my glasses.
Well, good to know. Hey, my left eye is the lazy one, so twins.
Oh my god! I don't like this. People already think that we're brother lovers.
Sisters. Ow.
I feel like my brother lover joke didn't get enough. Thank you.
One descended and landed on a flat rock, while the other floated for a few minutes, then flew away.
Oh no.
Stephen thought it was an experimental military aircraft, so he sat and sketched it for a half hour.
Oh my god, he's just drinking the Kool-Aid.
Well, see, one thing about Stephen, or Stephen, however you want to say it, is he was a World War II veteran. So
Okay.
he's used to military stuff and everything. And, yeah, he was a World War II veteran, so he just assumed it was the military, which is not
know.
a far-fetched for someone
mean-
of that caliber.
Like, I get that Stefan was fighting in World War II.
Mm-hmm.
He probably fought in Korea too. Good for you, Stefan.
I don't think he did, because wasn't that a U.S. war?
Probably.
Yeah, I don't think the Canadians were involved in that one, but I could be wrong because I don't know shit about
Well,
history.
thank you, Stefan, for your service to king and country. But
Thank you.
I don't know. Most people well, maybe that lends to the believability because most people who've seen UFOs are like, I don't know, dude, it was a UFO from the moment I seen it.
T. Now, you're right, though. Him being a veteran does add to his believability because he has, like, a good head on his shoulder and he
I
doesn't have
wasn't
too much
saying
PTSD.
that. I was saying him saying that I thought it was a military craft at first.
T. Now, I do want to show you the sketch he made. So that's the sketch he made when he sat down.
So when you said cigar shaped, I was thinking
Like longer.
like a dildo, like a flying dildo, like a rocket ship.
No, it's kind of like smaller.
Yeah, it's very flying saucer-esque.
Yes.
It looks like the flying saucers from Scary Movie
3.
3.
Scary Movie 3, yes.
Yeah.
And again, if you're listening, go on head to our Instagram photo dump, close your eyes and swerve off the road, and then go ahead and take a look at these pictures on our Instagram.
Make sure to unbuckle your seatbelt before you do it.
Exactly. And really quick, I forgot to shout out my sources. So my sources is an article from the CBC, which is like a
The
Canadian...
Canadian Broadcasting Company.
Exactly. So an article from them, and then Necromonopod, and also Reddit.
I thought you were about to yell at me for knowing what the CBC was out of nowhere.
No, I'll let that one slide. So, when he got closer, he could hear a hissing sound and started to smell sulfur.
Did it sound like frying bacon?
I don't know.
If you get that reference, you're a real one. Flatwoods Monster.
Period. So, when Stephen got closer, he noticed a door was open on the side with glowing lights inside of it, and he could surprisingly hear human voices coming from the inside that were muffled by the sound of the aircraft.
Oh.
He started calling out, offering mechanical help. See, at that point, he worked as an industrial mechanic, so he kind of, like, knew a little bit about technology, so he thought he could, like, lend a hand.
So he could get my rocks off, and he could fix my fuck machine.
Yeah, exactly.
For the record, I'm not desperate enough to have one of those, but hypothetically.
Well, hope our friends don't hear that one.
I don't know. I think the straight poop who would listen to that would hear fuck machine and think, that's sad.
Yeah. It is a little bit sad and a little bit weird, but hey, to each their own, girl. Nope, to each their own. Now, he called out offering help to the Yankee boys. Then
Yankee boys!
he wasn't sure if they were American or not, and they used to call us Yankees back in the day.
I know, but Yankee boys, I just got my rocks off. You need some help?
You want to see
I'm really good at oiling the machinery. Want to get all greasy, Yankee boys? Stefan is here.
Jesus Christ. So when he didn't get a response, he tried a couple other languages.
Oh, no.
Including Polish, Russian, and German, because he's Polish. So he came from Poland, and he was like in Poland during the war and everything, and all that jazz. But again, he got no response. He got closer to the craft and noted that the craft was smooth with no seams, which is really
It was
interesting.
a twink.
No. No. So that's actually interesting because it being no
Yeah.
seams, that means that
There's
it's
no
one.
no welding, no rivets, no. Yeah.
Exactly. And like if you're like ever on a plane or see an aircraft, you're gonna see like seams where the things
Yeah.
are like put together. So not to see seams is like kind of insane.
Crazy. Yeah, like you're saying, they would have had to pour the metal whole,
Yeah, like into a cast or something, or maybe they took one piece of metal and like
molded it.
yeah, bent it, which we don't have the
But
technology for.
even if they bent it, there would be a seam.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, because there
So
would
they
be
would have had to
one
pour
seam.
it in a cast.
Maybe the seam was on like the other side he couldn't see. But
Maybe there was no seam.
yeah, maybe there wasn't. But hey, we don't know much about alien technology,
No.
so
Maybe
what can you
they've
do?
just like eradicated the need for welding.
Maybe we could do that one day. But also,
You heard it here first, folks. Paul wants to put the welders out of work.
oh, you bitch! No, I love the welders.
You walked into that one.
No, I
You
love
can't
welding.
You can't ever run for office unless you run as a Republican, in which case they'll love you for taking away their jobs.
Tea. So Stephen peered inside, but only could see flashing colored lights. So he stepped away, and the opening in the craft closed.
Oh no, he looked inside at the alien raven. They said, "Oh no, shut the door, bouncer."
Exactly. Stephen reached out to touch the craft and said when he did, it melted the fingertips of his gloves.
Ew.
The craft then started to rotate, and then he noticed a panel that had a grid of holes on it. Stephen was then hit with a blast of air from the panel, and that set his clothes and cap on fire and pushed him back.
Yeah.
But it wasn't more of a push. It was a pretty strong push. It was more of a knockback than a push, you know?
Yeah, kind of like what you do to me when I'm walking in front of you downstairs.
Exactly, and you haven't fallen yet. But we'll get there one day, kids. Mission: make DJ fall down the stairs because I couldn't come up with a more creative name. Will come to fruition. Now, he quickly ripped off the burning clothes, and the craft lifted off and flew away. After the craft flew away, Stephen was feeling sick, so he decided to make his way back to his hotel room. And on his way back, he vomited in the woods.
Ew, did he put his clothes off? Like, they were on fire. Did he put them out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I missed that part. Sorry.
It's fine. You're all good. Eventually, he stumbled his way through the forest and back to his hotel room in Falcon Lake, and after got a bus back to Winnipeg where he lived.
He's being so calm about this.
Well, I'm saying this story calm. I imagine he was pretty frantic about this and was pretty like fucked up, and maybe he was even in shock.
Maybe.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
And then, once back in Winnipeg, Stephen went home to his wife and eventually went to bed. His wife noted how bad he looked and was worried about him. Now, interesting story about his wife. During World War II, his wife got taken by the Nazis and was actually in a concentration camp. And they were separated during the war, but eventually they found their way back to each other after the war. So she survived the concentration camp, which I think is really crazy.
Holy crap, who the fuck are these people?
Well, I mean, at that time, that was like probably a story for a lot of people, like
I
being
know,
in the
it's
war.
just so
I mean,
wild, like...
yeah, I mean, them going through World War II, and then now they've got to deal with aliens and shit. Yeah, it's a lot. But hey, I guess going through concentration camps in World War II made aliens kind of a breeze for them. Well, in the first part anyway. We're going to get into all the strife. Now, eventually his wife convinced him to go to a hospital the next day, where he was treated for the burns that turned into raised bumps shaped in a grid-like pattern, like the panel he saw on the craft.
Hate that.
And I have a picture of what these look like.
Ugh, hate that.
You can see how they're in like a grid, and they look
Yeah.
like burns, like little burn circles.
Yeah.
Now, I've been kind of like trying to think of ways one could fake that, and I haven't been able to come up with one.
I know, because my grandmother once hit me with a waffle press, and I had a very similar scar. For legal purposes, this is a joke. Please don't hurt me, Nanny.
Now that you say that, it does look like a waffle press scar. It looks like his wife hit him on the stomach with a waffle press when she got mad at him one day.
Stefan, this is going to hurt. Don't scream. Just bite down on shoe. I do it on count of 3. 1, bang! Ah! I thought you were counting to 3! I lied, Stefan.
I feel like it was more like, you forgot to take the pierogies out of the freezer, you insolent fool! I did not escape concentration camp for you not to bring pierogies out the freezer! You insolent man!
See, this is where you're wrong. No Polak woman straight from Poland would ever make frozen pierogies.
You know what? You got me there.
And admit it.
You got me there. And you are Polish, correct?
I am.
Yep, so we can use that Polish slur, so don't cancel us. They noted they almost seemed like radiation burns, but his blood work and such all turned out normal. So they basically gave him some burn cream and told him to get the fuck out.
Not the burn cream. Just take this royal jelly and hopefully it will clear up in a couple weeks.
Right. It was very that though. Because, like, they didn't know what the fuck to do. It kind of just looked like burns. And, like, I mean, they're medical professionals. So when you come in saying, like, it was a spacecraft, they're like, yeah, sure, Barbara. Like, I'm sure your wife just hit you with a waffle press. And then they sent him home with his abusive wife. Just kidding. She's not abusive. This is for entertainment purposes. Don't sue us, even though she is dead and so is he.
They looked at her and said, next time, aim for the skull.
Aim for where you can't see the marks.
Next time, don't heat it up first.
Right. For weeks after the incident, he suffered diarrhea, headaches, blackouts, and weight loss.
He had that George Lutz special.
What? George Lott? What's that?
George Lutz.
Lutz.
From Amityville. And
Oh,
he
yeah.
had the constant He
God.
just spent the entire outing shitting himself.
Honestly. Same.
Shitting himself and fucking his wife.
Disgusting. Oh my gosh. So, 2 days later, he decided it was time to go public.
Oh,
And that's showbiz, baby.
You need to warn me when we're going to do that, Paul.
Okay. He called the Winnipeg Tribunal because he didn't trust the military or police. And I guess the next best people to trust is the press, so whatever.
Hello. World Weekly News.
Right, exactly.
I'd like to speak to the reporter who broke Bat Boy. Boy, do I have a story for him.
Give me the one who covered the chupacabra. I need to talk to your best Bigfoot man. The next day, the Winnipeg Tribunal ran the story with the headline, "I was burned by a UFO." And unsurprisingly, the story caught a lot of attention. Reporters and news people started showing up at his house asking for interviews, which he did do just a little bit. And with all the media attention, the authorities ended up sending 2 officers from the RCMP. Do you know what that stands for?
Royal Canadian Mounted Police, or the Mounties.
Exactly. To his house, who interviewed him, took pictures of the burns in his burned clothes, and had him recount his story to see if it changed. Now, I do have a picture of his burnt shirt. You can take a little gander.
This looks like a tank top
Yes.
that his wife hit him with a waffle press and then lit him on fire.
Yeah, I think it is interesting, though. You can still see, like, the grid pattern.
Yes.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Which it's amazing. Okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate here.
Him.
It's amazing that he caught on fire
Yeah.
and that his clothes were burned.
It probably wasn't like a real
But-
fire. I think you're thinking of like a big fire. It was kind of more like a small like singe fire, if that makes sense.
But still. But the grid pattern was perfectly preserved.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Like, the fire barely touched it.
Maybe this top part is the part that caught on fire, and then the other part of the grid part wasn't hot enough to catch fire.
Possibly.
So that
but
top
you
part...
can also see over here.
Oh, where there's a lot more fire.
Yeah. Also, playing devil's advocate here. You're going to have this up on the screen. Mm-hmm. This looks like the back of a tank top.
Yeah.
So, but he got hit on his stomach by the blast.
I don't know. It's hard to tell if it's the front or back because it is so burnt.
Now, it very well could be the front and just have a really high neck. But I'm saying you can see where the top hem was by this part over here. And it would make a lot of sense if this was the back and it was intact. Because he got pushed back, the front was obviously more destroyed. But then I question, why was the pattern on the back of...
Yeah, because it wouldn't have burnt completely through him.
No.
I don't know. I'm going to say it's the front of the shirt.
Okay.
I'm going to go with that. And then, yeah, we're going to move on. So, also, later that same day, J.B. Thompson with Apro. And if you don't know what Apro is, you need to lock the fuck in. We're 130-something episodes in. If you're not sure what Apro is, get the fuck out. I mean, what's Apro stand for, DJ?
I don't know, but one time in high school, I got a perm, and it was a little too tight, and it looked like an Apro.
Well, this is now Crypt and Court. DJ is now canceled, and Apro...
We can cut that joke out. APRO stands for the American Research of Odd Phenomena.
Girl, the Aerial Phenomenon Research Organization. APRO!
Oh, I put ARPO.
APRO.
I
Come
know,
on,
I was
people.
doing ARPO.
140 episodes, DJ. Lock in. If you don't know APRO by now...
In how many episodes?
In what? Do you not
And
know
how-
MUFON either?
I know MUFON, I just don't know what it stands for.
Me either.
It's kind of like I don't know what NASA stands for, I just know it means spaceships.
Yeah, and that Ariana Grande song, NASA. Okay, so lock the fuck in. Are you locked in? Are you ready? Are you ready to
I'm as locked in as I can be.
Are you ready to take these aliens seriously, DJ?
No, when have I ever taken anything you said seriously?
Never.
Exactly.
So Thompson showed up, and apparently Thompson was already looking at UFO reports in the area when he heard Stephen's story. Over the next few days, the RCMP came back to get more evidence, and they ended up taking the burnt clothes he wore that day. They also scanned his house for signs of radiation, which they found none.
Hey, get the Geiger counter. Will you get the Geiger counter out of the saddlebag? We gotta. We need to do it around the house.
Hey, yeah, you just gotta move around my
Wait.
ball.
Wait. Do you see that moose? That's a nice moose.
That is a nice moose there, bud.
We gotta admire the moose because we are the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, and the moose is our national animal.
Yes, we have got to pay our respects.
It's going. Oh, it's just crossed the border in America. It's fucked.
Oop.
To any Canadians listening, I'm sorry. I know that's not what you sound like.
It is though.
Canadians, I love you, Paul.
I do like the Canadians, except for the French part.
What is...
I'm just kidding. I love the French part of Canada.
I have therapy on Tuesday. Would you like to take my session and work out why you hate French people so much?
I think it's the baguettes. And we'll just leave it. Hello?
Somebody's doing wheelies.
It's a UFO! No, DJ, it's a UFO! This is a paranormal podcast. It's not someone crashing outside. It's a UFO. Crazy. Oh, shit. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Not only did I lose my spot, somehow Britney Spears opened up.
Jesus Christ. Well, folks, this is the hard-hitting journalism that you get before the paywall.
Well, it's not my fault. It's your fucking,
Don't complain about my tablet. I let you use it for free. You want to complain, I'll start charging.
Sounded like the French. Jesus.
Yeah, and you know what? From now on, you gotta pay to use my toilets, too.
Watch I end up marrying a French man. Wouldn't that be so funny?
No, do you know what'd be really funny?
What?
If you not only married a French man, but you moved to Paris.
Could you imagine?
Bonjour. Je suis une baguette.
That...
Monsieur Paul, we all speak English in this boulangerie. Please, I beg of you, just speak English.
Oh my gosh, I learned Spanish for nothing. Jesus. Now, after this, the Canadian military got involved. They tried to investigate the area this occurred, but Stephen wouldn't tell them the spot it happened because he didn't want anyone taking his minerals, okay? That's his spot, and he can't be telling just anyone where he's getting his quartzite from, okay?
Yes, it is the spot where I get my rocks off. You cannot go there.
Stephen's not French.
I was trying to do Polish and it didn't come out the right way.
Oh my god.
Hang on. Und that is my spot. You cannot have it.
That doesn't even sound Polish, I don't think.
I can't do Polish.
Damn, and you're Polish, and that's the only one you can't do. That's crazy about you.
My family fought really hard for me. My family fought really hard that I would not have to speak Polish. Borders were crossed. Laws were broken.
Maybe you need to talk to your therapist about that.
Why?
Sounds like a traumatic event for you.
Maybe this is why I like boundaries, because my ancestors crossed so many.
Period. Well, anyway, now, eventually Stephen would agree to take them to the spot, and so he took the military and the RCMP. They didn't find anything out of the ordinary besides some stuff Stephen left there, and he did admit to littering in the woods, okay?
Oh my gosh.
But we won't hold that against him.
How Canadian can you get?
Yeah, he said, "You got me, guys." Now, the first time going out there, they didn't find the spot. They got near it, but didn't really find it. But don't worry, about a month after, he called the authorities again and let them know he found the exact location this encounter happened. When they got there, they found scorched moss and soil. And after testing it, it was found they were slightly radioactive. The military actually ended up roping off the area and doing a full investigation where they again found soil with slightly high radiation levels.
Now, when they found the scorching, did they bring Smokey the Bear in to make sure that it wasn't nearly a wildfire?
No, they did not, because I'm pretty sure that's an American thing.
The Canadians don't have Smokey the Bear?
No, they probably have Smokey the Beaver, Smokey the Moose.
Did you know the Canadian flag almost had a beaver on it?
No, I didn't. I did not know.
Yeah, that was one of the finalists.
That's crazy, but also not surprising knowing the Canadians. Now, this all caught the attention of none other than Project Blue Book, and they sent a representative to interview Stephen as well. And the folks from Project Blue Book concluded that nothing really that strange or out of the ordinary happened, and that this was not real evidence of UFOs. But were they trying to cover it up, though? That's something we must ask ourselves, and we'll discuss again at the end of the episode.
I don't believe anything that comes out of a blue book. It either has to be a red book or a black book. And it's got to have little gold stars.
Is there like a particular book you're referencing?
I keep a little black book on my desk, and whenever I go on dates, I record who I went on a date with and the man I went with, and I put a little gold star if I had a good time.
Is this a Death Note reference?
No.
Is this like any sort of reference?
It's a Golden Girls reference.
Oh, it's a Golden Girls reference.
But it was pretty
okay.
niche, so I was just like kind of fleshing it out on my own.
Okay, I got you. I'm sure the girls at home got it.
I hope so.
Okay.
And on the front of that notebook, it has my initials. B-E-D, Blanche Elizabeth Devereaux. Your initials spell bed.
Hey, that clogs. And I got that reference. Golden Girls. Wait, did you say Golden Girls the first time? Oh, I thought you... I don't know why.
I thought you were being facetious. I got that reference. It's Golden Girls.
No, for some reason, the first time I thought you said Gilmore Girls. No. And I was like, oh, okay, Rory. Okay, that's my B. But back to the story. So... Then, 6 months after the original encounter, Stephen said a new set of burn marks appeared.
Oh my god, he's just an attention whore.
They were flat and red and in a grid-like pattern, again on his torso. He said the marks were not painful and just appeared.
And they glowed and shot out Morse code, spelling E.T. come home.
No, it just said, your mom.
I liked E.T. come home better.
Stephen allowed the press and everyone to take pictures, and the story was brought back to life again. Now, the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota had evaluated Stephen and did a full psychological workup on him and said Stephen was sound of mind and clear-headed. But when the second set of marks appeared, the Mayo Clinic said that the marks were fictitious and obviously self-inflicted. But were they? That's up for us to decide. Eventually, Stephen published a book called My Encounter with the UFO. He sold by mail and in a few local bookstores, and after this, he also revealed he went back to the site and found a piece of metal, which
Oh my God.
I do have a picture of the metal for you.
This story's getting very dramatic.
Now, there's the piece of metal he supposedly found back at that site, and it's in reference, it's like sat next to a Canadian quarter, I imagine.
Yeah.
Coin.
I don't know. This looks like some very common outdoorsy piece of equipment that was dropped by somebody years and years ago and just left to rust.
Well, why don't we see what the officials think of this piece of metal? The piece of metal went to Dr. Peter Millman, a senior astronomer with Canada's National Research Council, and he sent it out for testing. The results showed it was about 90% pure silver with a small trace of copper and cadmium, but was coated with a substance called radium-226. It was concluded that it was dipped in this substance after it was made. So their conclusion was the sample was doctored.
Okay.
The Canadian authorities closed the case after. Stephen would die at 83 years old, but his son Stan would carry on his dad's story and saying everything his father said was true. And he was basically saying that if he faked it, he did it right on the spot, and that if he faked it, he did an amazing job faking it because this is the realest UFO story he's ever heard. And
Well, thank you, Stan.
Yeah.
Your opinion matters a lot here.
Now, Stan would even write a book about it called When They Appeared, Falcon Lake, 1967, The Inside Story of a Close Encounter, which was just the family's point of view of the incident. So, that is the Falcon Lake incident. So, do we think Stephen really saw those crafts after that day? Well, it's important to note Stephen always said he didn't like all the media attention from this. He was disbelieved and sometimes even ridiculed. His son even got bullied at school for this. So, yes, throughout this story I was saying, like, oh yeah, he's going to the media and stuff, but he was very hesitant about it. He didn't like all the attention, as most, like, old Polish men, I imagine, don't, or just men in general don't like the attention like that.
My grandfather's an old Polish man, and he was born here in America, but, like, full-blooded Polish. He likes attention.
And you know what's interesting, too? With his son getting bullied at school for this...
Yeah, it's like looking to the future at your own kids.
Bitch, okay. Now, back to my point. Seeing his kids getting bullied at school for this, and still going back to the media and stuff, either he really didn't give a fuck about his kid, or this really happened and he was very intent on people believing him, okay? Any thoughts so far before I continue? Thoughts and theories?
No, go ahead.
So, Stephen would remain steadfast that he hated all the media attention after this. But why go back to the media and write a book after all the harassing?
Yeah.
Was he desperate for people to believe him, or did he secretly love the attention?
Playing devil's advocate again.
Yes.
What if he couldn't get a job after this, and so he had to seek the media attention and write the book to support his family?
Maybe. And that's always so interesting to me in these stories, too. Like, people who are mean to people who have, like, things happen like this. Like, oh, you saw aliens, you fuck. It's like, even, like, kids bullying someone. Like, oh, your dad saw aliens.
Well,
your
kids
dad's
are mean.
Crazy. Like, That's such a stupid thing to bully. Like, I feel like if it was in my school, we would have been like, oh my god, that's so freaking cool. Like, your dad solved aliens? That's crazy. My school would have been living. But I guess in Canada, it's a different story. And, like, honestly, getting bullied by Canadians, that's embarrassing. Low-key. Next point. Could it have been a hallucination? There are several plants in the Canadian forests that can cause hallucinations. Now, that day, it is on the official record that he only had a hard-boiled egg and a ham sandwich in the woods, right? But what if he had something else? Maybe a little mushroom, maybe a little bop that caused him to hallucinate some things. But then again, when you're hallucinating something, how was he able to draw such a good picture with not being in a sound mind?
Well, there are some artists who like have been very open about taking hallucinogenics and then producing artwork.
That's true, but those are like paintings and stuff. I've seen a lot of like LSD paintings and stuff. That's a good point. Okay, you got me there. Do you think it could have been a hallucination?
He seems a little too straight-laced to do magic shrooms.
But do you think maybe like a little mushroom or something slid its way into his sandwich by accident?
Was Svetlana trying to poison him?
Svetlana?
His wife, Svetlana?
Did I say that was her name?
No, I'm just making it up.
I don't know her name, honestly.
I know, so she's Svetlana, and perhaps she was trying to kill him. She thought it was the devil's footstool, but instead it was just the rinky-dinky, pahinky-hinky mushroom. It's called that because that's the noise you make when you take it and you start hallucinating. And it's not a mushroom. And he just hallucinated, and then he came home and she was like, well, shit, I gotta hit him with this waffle iron now.
And there you go, kids.
He comes home. She's having an affair with the milkman. She's got the lamps going. She's got the red scarves over the lamps to make it seductive. She's dressed like a dominatrix. And she's like, oh shit. Hits him with waffle iron. And he wakes up and she goes, you saw aliens. You didn't see me sticking a spatula up the anus of the milkman.
Anyway, she said it, and that's showbiz, baby. That's her showbiz. Oh my gosh.
I told you gotta warn me when we're gonna do that.
Oh, the cue is that's showbiz, baby. I don't know how much clearer I don't know how much clearer I can be.
Okay.
Also, if this was fake, why did the Canadian and US governments take it so seriously? I mean, even Project Blue Book was there. And Project Blue Book is one of the most serious alien agency investigation things out there.
Well, have you ever heard the theory that the United States military complex often would investigate very hard into these UFO encounters and like sort of prop up and be like, oh no, like you saw aliens, because they like the theory is that you actually saw, or the person actually saw like top secret military craft, and so the government stepped in and said like, oh yeah, you saw aliens, to cover their own tracks.
See, I could see that happening in this story. I could see that happening because he did note hearing those alien voices on the not alien, human voices on the craft. So maybe it was like a special military thing, because like people always say the military and the government's technology is always like 20 to 30 years ahead of what we know we have, right? So maybe they did have flying saucers and he did see some sort of experimental military thing or whatever, and then they saw him come up and they were like, oh shit, this civilian can't see what we're doing, and blasted off. You know, like Jimmy Neutron, blast off, or Team Rocket, we're blasting off again, you know?
They said, let's give him the Rinky Pinky Punky Poo mushroom.
Now, to close it off, we have the most damning piece of evidence, and this comes straight from Reddit, r/high strangeness. And it comes from Reddit user background_cry 3592.
Oh my god.
Thank you for bringing this to our attention, background cry 3592. They noted how they went back to the crash site, okay? Boots on the ground, journalism. They noticed nothing strange until they got to the rocks, okay?
Anderson Cooper could never.
And they found two triangular holes, divots, if you will, in the rocks. And they were spaced about 12 feet apart, almost like they were legs of a craft that landed and kind of like burnt or melted the rock. I mean, look for yourself. I mean, you can't fake that. Now look at the second picture too.
Yeah, it looks like it's cut in there.
Exactly. That's kind of crazy to me.
Okay.
And I don't know whether I'm being sarcastic or not. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know what to say about that because I don't know of any tool that would create like a perfect triangle like that.
Exactly. Isn't that kind of crazy though? And them being like spaced out apart, like if this saucer like kind of landed, its legs came out and just like propped it up there. I think that was actually kind of cool. So thank you to that Reddit user. Very much appreciated for the evidence. And thank you for the boots on the ground journalism that we love to see.
Anderson Cooper could never.
Yes, Anderson Cooper could not. He's too busy getting fisted in the back of CNN.
Okay.
No, anyway, actually, I do love Anderson Cooper. He is pretty cute and he's pretty funny. And even though he comes from the elites, I trust you somewhat. You're just a little bit. Now, I don't know about your loud friend, the other old gay guy. Don't
Andy
know him.
Cohen.
Yeah, don't know his name. Now, DJ, what are your thoughts on the Falcon UFO incident?
I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10 because there were no falcons, there were no lakes, there were just UFOs.
I'm sure there was a lake somewhere. He just wasn't like.
I'm
close by
joking.
it.
No, it's really interesting because I know I played devil's advocate a lot this episode, but like it's very interesting and very compelling that like he had this story and he stuck with it, and the governments of two nations really took it so seriously, and there seems to be an abundance of evidence backing up his claims.
Right. I mean, we got the clothes. We got there's slightly high radiation levels at the site, which we know radiation is like a sign of aliens visiting and everything. What I think happened is I think he did see it at first and then he started making shit up after. Especially that piece of metal he found that was dipped in radium or whatever the fuck. Now, how he found that radium-226 or whatever it was, God only knows. I think people weren't believing him, maybe, and the first incident happened, people weren't believing him, so he started going the extra mile, if you will, to, like, make
That
shit
checks.
up. Yeah,
That
yeah.
checks.
Now, if it didn't happen, I wouldn't be surprised either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I think I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10 for believability. It could have happened, and I don't really understand why people... Because every time I look it up, the main thing is, like, the most believable UFO encounter in history and blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. Whenever we cover Benny and Barney Hill, I think that one's going to be a lot more believable than this one is. I don't know much about that case
And
yet.
you know, whenever somebody says the most whatever, and wherever, it's all just somebody claimed it and it caught on, as we will find out next week.
Ooh. T. Well, do you have any final thoughts, TJ?
No. I really want to go splash some cold water on my face.
Same. It's hot in here. But let us know what you think down below. Do you think he saw this alien? Do you think the aliens touched him in a way you can't even imagine?
If
and
you
are you
touch
jealous?
me like this, if I hold you like that, it was so long ago, but it's all coming back to me now.
And you know what's coming back to me?
Chlamydia.
Our social medias. Take it away.
Yes, please remember to like, follow, subscribe wherever you're listening. Comment down below. Connect us with our social medias. All listed down below in the description. If you have personal stories, if you saw aliens at Falcon Lake, let us know in an email. Or if you see anything crazy, let us know. We'd love to share with you. Paul, where can they find you?
You can find me at my personal Instagram and TikTok at Paul Lember, Paulember. And as usual, it's not delivery. It's DiGiorno.
And if you'd like to follow me, you can do so at The Real Deej Powers on Instagram and on TikTok. And until next time, folks, remember to keep your crips tight.
And your corks loose.
Bye.
Lou Goldthorpe! We're arriving, Glugelsdorp! I've arrived!